We back with another one, man. It's not looking good for Diddy at all. You know, prosecution did they closing arguments, his defense did they closing arguments, and man, it ain't looking good for Diddy. And the reason why it's not looking good for Diddy is the fact that he only got to be convicted on one thing. You see what I'm saying? He don't have to get convicted on all the charges, but at the same time, if he get convicted on one thing, the RICO as a whole, he gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much time he gonna get or whatever like that, but I don't think he gonna totally beat the case. But let's get right into it though. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button.
Now to the trial of Sean Diddy Combs, and the defense presented its closing arguments to the jury today.
Combs is facing charges including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Alice Gaynor has been in court since the beginning and joins us live from the courthouse with the latest. Alice.
Well, during a break, I noticed Sean Combs passed a folded up note. One of his daughters received it. She opened it up. I was sitting behind them. It said, "I love and appreciate you so much." Sean Combs was watching as his defense attorney, Mark Agnifilo, presented his closing argument. He was animated. He was pacing back and forth as he spoke to the jury. It lasted just over 4 hours. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo called it a tale of two trials, one about the evidence, he said, and one about what prosecutors told jurors, calling that a false trial. Agnifilo questioned the charges, asking jurors, "Are you kidding me? Did any witness say, yes, I was part of a racketeering enterprise?" He made light of the baby oil and Astroglide seized by law enforcement during searches of Sean Diddy Combs' homes, saying, "Way to go, fellas," telling jurors the crime scene is your private sex life. Agnifilo told jurors there was no sex trafficking. Regarding Cassie Ventura and Combs having freak-offs, described as drug-fueled sexual encounters with male escorts, quote, "This was their life. No one's forcing her to do this. She's a woman who actually likes sex. Good for her. She's beautiful. She should. It's a lifestyle. You want to call it swingers, you want to call it threesomes, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is." He said the two had, quote, "one of the great modern love stories. She was always free to leave." Agnifilo showed jurors the LA hotel video incident where Combs is seen attacking Ventura. Agnifilo said it's domestic violence, but that's not what Combs is charged with, and argued Combs wasn't bribing security when he paid them for the video. He told jurors they were worried about hotel staff leaking it and bad publicity, not police seeing it. Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts, racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion.
All right. The 1 count of racketeering. I ain't gonna lie. I think he gonna get racketeering off top, because usually all racketeering mean is that you was using your money to fund criminal activities. That's just a simple breakdown of racketeering. The sex trafficking by force or fraud, due to the fact that sometimes they said Diddy made them do certain things, even if they didn't want to do it, and Diddy didn't take his stand. If I'm on the jury or me with the whole rest of the jury, that part right there could go either way. The second count is another trafficking charge by force or fraud. The first count, transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, he was flying the escorts to where they was at. If you want a jury, you got to decide if, you know what I'm saying, that's transportation to engage in prostitution. It's going to be up to how the members of the jury is looking at it. You know what I'm saying? And he got a second count of that. So it's like, it just ain't looking too good for him.
And 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
And I thought a good point the defense made several times is nobody else is charged here. Where are the co-conspirators? If this is supposed to be a conspiracy, there's no one else charged.
Attorney Richard Schoenstein is not involved in the case.
I think the closing in this case will have more of an impact than usual because these charges are complicated.
The government gave a rebuttal after the defense's closing, arguing back his inner circle agreed to commit crimes. They snapped back. This was a man who couldn't even get his own water bottle. They say his inner circle handled his dirty work for him. On Monday, the judge will charge the jury. Outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan, Alice Gaynor, CBS News, New York.
Alice Gaynor at the courthouse. Alice, thank you.
And Alice will be back in court on Monday.
All right, so now there's the whole thing about it. So, like when they got, you know what I'm saying, R. Kelly, same thing. He got hit with the RICO. He the only one went down for it. Now, y'all ain't been paying attention. This the new way the feds been doing a RICO. I know you was up with what we charging this dude with. You either flip on him or you going to jail. And that's what they been doing. That's how you been getting these RICOs, and only one person has been going down for it. So even with his defense saying that don't matter, because we done already seen it. That's what they do now. They not, why would I charge a person or lock a person up if I told them, if you don't flip and tell us what we want to know, then you gonna go to jail. That's when I involve you in a RICO and all that. If you decide that you gonna stay on the person's side. But because they flipped on Diddy, the people told them what they wanted to know. But the people went to talk to him, they told them what they wanted to know. Now, what made the case messed up was that they took all the bad stuff that was told about Diddy. These people ain't tell them nothing good about Diddy. So when they went up to get cross-examined, a lot of them looked like a fool. And like I said, the whole Kid Cudi thing with blowing up his car and all that could have been left out. Because it was never no proof of Diddy doing it. You know what I'm saying? Kid Cudi ain't had no video. He ain't had no surveillance. He just said he felt like it was something that Diddy did. We go ahead and throw that out. It can't be proven. We go ahead and throw that out. But the rest of the stuff is going to be up to the jurors' opinion. And if they feel like he guilty on even one thing, Puffy going to have to do this time. Now, he rejected his plea deal already. I don't know if they could come back and get him another plea, or maybe his lawyers will try to work out a plea. I don't know. But I don't even think Puff trying to take no plea. I think he going to beat the whole case. But the way his defense responded in the closing arguments was terrible. Diddy was a swinger. Like they said, he said the situation with him and Cassie was domestic violence. Now, even though that's not what he been charged with, the case, part of the case is still based upon him using his money to get stuff done, using force to get stuff done. So by you saying that, it's like you pretty much showing the jury, like, yeah, like if Diddy didn't get what he wanted, he would use, whether it's his money or force or whatever, to get the outcome that he wanted to get. So it's still not looking good for him either way. Because the thing is, the jury could be like, all right, he's not guilty on this, he's not guilty on this, he's not guilty on this. But if he get found guilty on one thing, you getting it's like you gonna be charged with the whole RICO. Like the whole thing. So it's like, he in a bad situation, man. I ain't like his lawyer closing arguments. I feel like maybe Brian Steele should have did it, or somebody else should have did it, because all that stuff dude was up there talking about, to me, it really didn't help Diddy at all. You know, and the jury have to go through all that, because you had, 30-some witnesses and all that. Like, they don't remember all that stuff them people was saying and everything they was talking about. The jury ain't going to remember all that. So the feds decide, okay, but what we going to do is we going to streamline it. We going to take out everything that they possibly can't find him guilty on. We going to leave the stuff that they probably could find him guilty on. And now it's a doubt there because Diddy ain't take the stand himself. So all they got to go on is whatever all the witnesses said and what the feds is saying and the cross-examination from his lawyers. But because Diddy didn't take the stand, they don't You know what I'm saying? They don't got no words from him. So they ain't really got nothing to go off of him at all. And I understand that as well, though, because it could have been too risky. Diddy probably could have got on the stand, got mad, got frustrated. The prosecution, they probably could have tripped him up somewhere. You know, you never know. So, but in this situation, it's like, bruh, it was so much stuff said about you that y'all ain't even called nobody in there to speak good. But like, how the hell y'all ain't called Stevie J? Like, y'all supposed to get Stevie up there like, Stevie supposed to be up there like, no, this is my brother. I've been around him X amount of years and woo this and woo that. Like somebody, they didn't call not one person up there to be on Diddy's side. That's a whole nother thing. Nobody came up there to back Diddy. So like I said, man, it's in the jury hands now though, but I ain't gonna lie. It ain't gonna be too hard to find him guilty of one thing. They don't have to find him guilty of everything. They only need to find him guilty of one thing. And the one thing they can find him guilty of could be the RICO. He gonna get the whole thing. So if he get found guilty on one count, it's gonna be like he lost the whole case anyway. And I just don't know how much time he gonna get coming with that one count. Because let's say it's not the lesser charge. Let's say it's the higher charge. I mean, he go get the maximum. But I ain't seen nobody break down the years like per account or nothing like that. Everybody just keeps saying he only need to get found guilty of one thing. And it's over with. I don't see them finding him guilty of one thing and giving him life, though. Now, I don't see that. But y'all know they've been running with Diddy facing life, Diddy facing life, Diddy facing life. Now, if he get one thing, I don't think that's going to get him life. If he get found guilty of everything, take that. Bad boy, baby, it probably over with. I ain't going to lie. The bad boy over with, down the drain. It is all gone. The mansions, the jet, everything is over with. But you know, Diddy should have, you know what I'm saying, he should have knew better, but people being in position, man, they get the power, they get the money, they get big-headed, everybody become a yes person around them, they don't want to listen to nobody, and even when they had a chance to escape, like R. Kelly, he had a chance to escape the stuff he was doing, but he ain't want to listen to nobody, so he at where he at. Same thing with Diddy. Diddy had chances not to be a part of none of this stuff, and let it go years and years and years back. He could have let a lot of this stuff go, but he ain't want to do that. Now he in a situation that he in. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy situation. But I think they gonna find him guilty or something. I don't see him walking away not being found guilty or something. I don't know how many years that's gonna come with, but it's not looking good for Diddy at all. Y'all get in the comment box, man. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.